Maniacs, welcome back to the channel, your local bedhead here. So we are going to be diving into, I think, a pretty exciting topic for the most part. I think a lot of people have been just outright excited about these files being dropped, and it looks like we got our first round of the UFO files that we've been promised for God knows how long. And we're going to see what they dropped. I don't know much of anything. I've seen a couple of, like, small pictures of some old files, things along those lines that really, aren't really too crazy to me, but I don't think I'll be going through everything. I know there's like documents after documents after documents. I don't know if I'll be sitting here reading every little detail, but I want to go ahead and emphasize that. Maybe I'll do this in several videos. So if you like this first video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers by just quickly going down below, hitting the subscribe button. If you like my cut of the GIF, I don't even know if that made any sense. If you like my attitude about things, let's just go ahead and dive into it, because I'm actually curious to know what they decided to release to us today. Thanks to my buddy at work, he sent me a link to a lot of the stuff. All right, let's look at what we got. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying the releasing government files related to alien extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. Okay, in response to President Donald Trump's directive for transparency of U.S. government information regarding unidentified anonymous phenomena, the Department of War, with support from the Office of the Director of National Interest, is overseeing government-wide efforts and expeditiously find, review, and identify, declassify, and publicly release unresolved UAP relative records of historical documents in the federal government's possession. This is an unprecedented historic undertaking that requires coordination between dozens of agencies and the review of tens of millions of records, many existing tens of millions of records, by the way. Holy gosh, dang. That's a lot of records. Given the scope of this task, the Department of War will be releasing new materials and rolling a basis of discovered, declassified in trenches, with tranches posted every few weeks. The materials archived here are unresolved cases, meaning the government is unable to make definitive determination on the nature of the observed phenomena. This can occur for a variety of reasons, including the lack of sufficient data, and the Department of War welcomes the application of private sector analysis, information, and expertise. The Department of War will continue to conduct separate reporting and resolved UAP cases as mandated by statute. Under this administration, we will pursue the truth and share our findings with the American people. My gosh, I butchered that, but oh well. Oh, here we go. Looks like we have some files here. The FBI. We have 17 pages of this stuff. Shall we begin? I think we shall. Let's see what we got first up on this. Incident date NA. So we don't even know when this took place? The fuck? Should I even download this? I'm too scared. Okay, that was the right call. Okay. Looks like we have a picture of an actual file right here. 6/14/77, so we do know the date of when this was. The FBI 62 HQ case file includes investigative records, eyewitness testimonies, and public reports concerning unidentified flying objects and flying discs documents between June 1947 and July of 1968. The records include high-profile incidents accounts, photographic evidence, photographic evidence from sites like Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and technical proposals regarding potential propulsion systems. Additional topics include convention programs, researcher accounts, and the extensive media coverage from the period. This file is partially posted of the FBI vault with more redactions and some pages missing, included here is the complete case file with the several newly declassified pages, only minor redactions. Interesting. It's only minor redactions. Gotcha. Right, Pickett Street. Let's go ahead and get started. Mrs. Levi J. Dow. Your letter of August 31st with enclosures has been received, and I appreciate the interest with prompted you to write in response to the inquiry. This bureau is strictly an investigative agency with the federal government as to the character of integrity and any organization, publication, or individual. I'm sorry I cannot be of assistance to you. However, you may be sure to communications will be made a matter of record. Sincerely yours, J. Edgar Hoover. Oh, I can't read that. True copy. What is this? This looks like a copy of some sort of sheet, but it's too old to kind of tell what it says. J. E. Hoover, Director, Washington. Dear Sir, I'm a member of the NICAP, and I am very much interested in UFO flying saucers. Several weeks ago, a fellow employee received a letter of business from Arizona with a stamp on the back, see enclosed, being interested in UFOs. I asked the stamp to send $300 and issues to you. Having received and read many of the first issue, I feel it isn't just, honestly, I don't even know if I want to read. I honestly don't know if I want to read. I think this is probably just a bunch of people saying what they saw. Oh. Okay, now I'm interested. Okay. Flying Saucer Convention. Oh, an actual convention. Amazing experience with spacecraft from another planet and occupied by the greatest assembly of the contact speakers since the Los Angeles Convention of 1959 at the Statler Hilton. Startling new photographic evidence and the biggest collection of flying saucer photos. Okay, so like an actual convention. Come here. Look at all this cool shit. My dad was 6 years old when this happened. Man, this stuff's been so interesting, though, ever since, Even way back then, this was so interesting. UFO sighting reported here. Okay, so yeah, more UFO sighting stuff. Gotcha. That looks like it's straight out of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So this one right here. I'm not sure if I buy that. They look like tops. Like giant tops. These remarkable photos of flying saucers were taken by Dr. Daniel W. Fry, president of the Understanding, Inc., in P.O. Box 76, Merlin, Oregon, 97532. The editor enlarged them from the original 16mm color movie frame. Spots of the photos are due to extreme enlargement of scratches and dust spots on the film. Of special interest is the fact that the same type of craft was photographed near Merlin, Oregon, in the wooded section, and again near Joshua Tree, California, on the desert. Okay, this stuff I'm not too sure I buy. This stuff looks like it's out of a straight up like 1960s, 1970s low budget alien film. So I'm not too sure about this kind of photos. Division of letter dated 9/22/66, furnished to Los Angeles Division of issue number 14 for the information of the Bureau International Headquarters of the Amalgamated Flying Saucer Clubs of America, California. The article, pages 2 to 3, alleged, written by Master Callan Lee Retton, head of the plant. Wow, some of these are 1960. Yeah, it makes sense why all these are kind of beaten up. If you get too bored, my apologies. I'm just kind of skimming through. The article deals with the current controversy over the existence or non-existence of flying saucers or identified flying objects, and quotes Michigan's congressional representative Gerald Ford as suggesting that Congress look into UFOs. Also, it announces that the Air Force, which is charged with investigating UFOs, has commissioned the University of Colorado in physics, Professor Edward Condon, to conduct an in-depth study of flying saucers for the next 18 months as an estimated cost of $300,000. It's like several $1 million today. Saucer watcher. So we got any photos? Come on, show me the good stuff. Show me the cream of the crop. I'm doing my science fair project on UFOs. Who's this from? I received your letter on December 20th. Although I would like to be of assistance, matters pertaining to the unidentified flying objects are not within my jurisdiction of the FBI. In as much communication of the interests of another governmental agency, I'm referring to a copy of the Director of Special Investigations, the Investigator General Departments of the Air Force, Washington, D.C. I'm doing my science fair project on UFOs. Could you release and send me any all information you have on the subject? I would also appreciate any information you may have as to how many planes we have lost chasing UFOs. Why is this information being kept secret? Why is it important to national defense? So that's the actual letter. Looks like it got taped up and everything. Pretty cool. Here in Miami, July 24th, 1959. and volunteered to return to Austria as an intelligence agent. His expressed motivation was to do something to repay the debt he felt he owed to the United States. He was afforded the Washington, D.C. headquarters address to the Central Intelligence Agency and told his inquiry should be directed there. Also on July 4th, 1961, Independence Day, he appeared at the Miami office and gave an incoherent story of recently meeting an individual who asked him to kill his mother. Okay, Perel appeared to be somewhat bewildered and continuously gazed away from the interviewing agent. During his most recent visit to the Miami office, Perel, I can't pronounce his name, Pierre seemed genuinely concerned about the existence of the object he allegedly photographed during the November of 1944. He exhibited no emotional nor mental disorder and appeared to be rational. In view of the recent publicity afforded UFO sightings, some apparently by responsible sources, this information is submitted to the Bureau of Consideration and transmitted to the U.S. Air Force. Do we actually get to see the photo that he took? Was that the photo? Looks like a drawing. Bottom, top. Best possible image. Okay, I'm assuming that is the object. This stuff is all fascinating. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to just be a dick and scroll through it all, but, like, this would take hours to read, man. Days, actually. UFO pictures, huh? We actually getting something? 29 UFOs over White Sands Range. UFOs over British Columbia. Okay. I mean, these photos here, I mean, like, are all those UFOs, or is that, like, maybe, like, the lights along, like, maybe the circular part of the UFO? No, maybe there's, like, several. There's one right there. There's one right there. Maybe, potentially. Oh, God, that's creepy. I just read that. It gives me a little bit of chills. Like, this is like a scene out of Signs, where they're looking at the book. Fresco in the Duchesne Monastery. The angels look as if they were flying in spaceships. The icon, the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ, 17th century, Moscow Theological Academy, and the House of the Lord resembles a spaceship. There was a theory out there that we were actually created by the extraterrestrials, and they are what God is. That was a concept out there. God, that is gives me kind of chills. Dear Serge, would you please comment on the enclosed picture and the marked with an X and return the picture with your reply? Thank you. Is that supposed to be a person or an extraterrestrial? Wow, this is creepy. This is kind of creepy stuff, man. Ooh, Texas. Enclosed are 6 copies of the LHM containing information of interest to the Air Force. 1 copy has been furnished to OSI, Tinker, AFB, Oklahoma. The information in the enclosed LHM was received by S.A. Earl O. Column. No further information has been taken. A young white female who refused to give her name appeared at the Dallas FBI office on October 9th, 1967. She stated she is interested in unidentified flying objects from outer space. She stated that UFOs, and has received a quantity of information concerning beings as she would feel from outer space. She stated she will not reveal her identity as she would feel like a fool if the information is not true. She stated if it is true, however, she will meet with the interested officials and furnish all the information she has, provided nothing is done to endanger her safety. I wonder what happened to her. She stated in July of 1967, July is like a very popular month for all the shit that happened, isn't it? She met with a being from another planet who had assumed earthly form. He gave her certain information, then he was picked up and departed from the earth on August 21st, 1967. She stated she then received messages from non-earthly sources in a manner she refused to discuss. She stated these sources told her of the following. An anti-missile was fired at a UFO over Africa on May 22nd, 1962, but the UFO was protected by its force field. The UFO was detected 22,000 miles from the Earth by a radar about August 6, 1967. A UFO was detected over America August 20th, 1967. A UFO was detected over the dual line in the past week and was shot down, and the beings from outer space were trying to recover it. Informant would furnish no further detail, she stated, if this information is true, and she will know other information. Kind of goes along the same concept that they look humanistic. Like, do they actually look like alien grays, alien greens, or do they actually look human? Or do they just put on this disguise as humans to communicate with us so we're not freaked out? I mean, if they can produce like force fields around their ships, I guarantee you they could probably do shit like that too. To see an actual photo of one of these things would be insane. I don't think it's going to get to that point, but there's more than this too. Is there a way to just look at the photos, maybe? Okay. Potentially this right here. That looks more like a plane than it does a UFO. Oh! That's an interesting looking form. There we go. Something right there. I'm not saying these are all 100% UFOs, by the way. It's just there's no possible way to actually know if it is or not. Okay, most of these just look like, you know, black dots on the screen. Like this, that's just like a black dot on the screen. I'm not really. I want some. I would love some detailed stuff. Composite sketch. This is just a sketch. Okay, I was about to say that looks fake as fuck. That looks really fake. Imagery from the Apollo 17 mission to the moon. The yellow box contains an enlarged area of the original photo in which 3 lights are visible. Yep, 3 little lights. Okay, looks like we got some sort of video here. Footage from the mission. There we go. It's zigzagging. You know, I've seen bees do similar things like that. Like, you know, they go back and forth. Yeah, that's not a bug. It's too big, obviously, to be a bug. Oh, shit! Oh my god, it stopped right in the center like it knew. Oh, we're getting closer. Alright, alright. Kind of looks like there's 2 of them. Like, side by side. That is bizarre looking. Is there any date on this one? 2023. This video is from 2023. Really? Okay, so it's not that old. I'll go through pretty much, I think, all of these guys. Hit the like button. As you guys can see, right here. Is it going to take off? All right, that's where that video ends. Okay, let's start at the top. I think these are some of the actual photos that we saw earlier. Oh. It just whoosh, whoosh. Okay. I've heard reports of that kind of stuff happening a lot. Things just flying right by. There we go. That looks like a saucer. Oh, wow. Very similar to the one we saw earlier. Oh my god. You can see the clouds and everything. Looks like 2 eyes looking at you. It's like it's aware. That's the scary part. That's the part that kind of creeps me out the most, is that it's going by like it's naturally just, you know, scanning around or just looking around, and then it stops right in front of the cameras, and then it just like moves back and forth almost as if it's aware that we're watching it. It's pretty cool. I think that's kind of cool. This has to be the same footage. It looks exactly the same. It's like two balls next to each other. Right here. Yep, doing a zigzag. Most of the UFOs I've noticed that are just kind of like little balls off in the distance. It's got us spinning. Oh my god. I can still see it. I don't know. I can still see it. Like, I'm not sure if it's going in front of them or it's going behind them. You know what I mean? Because it does kind of blur out once it goes past them a little bit. That was 2024. Here we go. This would be one I wanted to see. Kind of looks like a blimp, though. That it? Very similar to the one we saw going past those windmills. A little speck over there. Oh, is he getting closer? Oh, shit. You can kind of see more of it now. Is it getting closer? Oh, that's low-key kind of scary. Yeah, it's right there. Holy shit. Dude, it looks sort of like... It looks like your typical kind of UFO in a sense. Like it's like very reflective. So that's why there's a lot of light shining off of it.
They report one or more orbs that suddenly appear and disappear while usually moving slowly across the sky. Often these orbs are actually sunlight reflecting off of orbiting satellites in a dark sky. Seeing this phenomenon requires the perfect angles of sunlight, shiny surfaces of satellites, and clear skies for the viewer. As we zoom in on one of these satellites, we can see the sunlight reflecting off the bottom of the satellite.
That makes sense.
Then, toward the observer. The orb is actually reflected sunlight to the observer. This phenomenon is known as satellite flaring. Ground observers have also seen this phenomenon.
Interesting. Okay, that was kind of a neat way to kind of explain what you could be potentially seeing if, let's say, you're on an airplane or something and you see like these orbs. It might be the sun reflecting off of a satellite. Yep. Woo! This is
one thing apology about it.
Roger.
Roger. There's some shooting to the left.
They sound pumped.
Did you box moving target?
No, I took an auto track.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow, look at that, man. Look at it fly.
It's pretty fucking dope. That actually got me the most excited. 2016, I think I remember that. I actually think I remember seeing this footage at one point. I don't recall hearing the audio, but I kind of low-key recall hearing or seeing that footage.
Dude, that is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My God.
He just say a whole fleet of them?
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
Wow.
That's not our LNS, though, is it? That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing. It's rotating.
It just rotated mid-flight. Get the fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Those guys were my favorite part of those videos. Are we seeing something? Ooh. Okay. Like it stopped. And it looks like it notices it. I swear to God, it happens all the time with these videos. What is that? Did you low-key just see that? That had to have been an effect caused by this thing because of the moving around. That's probably what it was. Dude, for a second, I thought there was more showing up behind it. Looks like a little sun off in the distance, just fucking around with the mind. It's like they notice, and then they have to fuck around with the cameras. Because why else would they be just doing the shit at random? You know? Just randomly squiggling in front of the camera like that. Maybe they're testing our technology to see how much we can keep up with them. Just an idea. And again, I don't want to come off like I'm saying all this stuff is 100% legit. I just don't know. There could be logical explanations for a lot of this stuff. Having said that, though, there are some things I just can't genuinely explain. Okay, there's the triangular shape. Several triangular shapes, it looks like. That one's flickering. Those might... I don't know, we have... You can see there's another one right there. We have these kind of things, though. To be fair, there are triangular-shaped things in the military, you know, with jets and everything. So for all I know, this could be one of those, for all I know. Again, there's one right there, too. One right there. One right there. They had photos, they had videos. Not a whole lot. And some of them I feel like I've seen before. These, I feel like, are all documents. Yeah, these have to be all documents. Netherlands. Low Earth Orbit. NASA. Oh, shit.
Area of Antigua. Due to a mechanical breakdown, we did not have that portion of the tape available for you. This was a line breakdown between Building 30 and our news center in Building 6. Since then, we have dubbed a tape off the master tape here in the control center, and we are now prepared to play it for you. It contains references to sighting not only some particles, but as well as an unidentified object, plus the booster.
Show me what you got, man.
Here's that tape. We'll play it for you now.
Okay.
Gemini 7 here, Houston 98.
Loud and clear. 7, go ahead.
Bogey at 10 o'clock high.
This is Houston. Say again, 7.
So we have a bogey at 10 o'clock high.
Roger. Gemini 7, is that the booster or is that an actual sighting.
What?
Say again, 7.
Okay, we have several, looks like the 3 up here, actual sighting.
You have any more information, estimated distance or size?
But we also have the booster in sight.
Understand you also have the booster in sight, Roger.
And we have very, very many, looks like hundreds of little particles going by to the left out about 3 to 4 miles.
3 to 4 miles away.
Understand you have many small particles going by on the left. At what distance?
4 miles. Large, looks like perhaps a vehicle that's disintegrated.
Roger, understand they're about 3 to 4 miles away.
They're past now, they're going to polar orbit.
Roger,
So-
and understand they were about 3 to 4 miles away.
It's kind of hard to understand them.
Planetary line, or further.
Roger. Gemini 7, Houston, were these particles in addition to the booster and the bogey at 10 o'clock high? Roger.
7, this is, Houston, this is 7.
Go ahead.
I have the booster on my side as a brilliant body of the sun against a black background and with billions of particles around it.
Roger, what direction is it from you?
It's about at my 2 o'clock position.
Does that mean it's ahead of you?
It's affirmative. Ahead of us at 2 o'clock, slowly tumbling.
Roger.
OS 9-1.
9-1. Wonder how many sightings that wonder how many honest sightings NASA's actually had being up in outer space and whatnot.
No, Fox 9-1. No, Fox 1. 9-1, say again.
Sort of sounded like it was straight out of a horror film.
Gemini Control here again. The reference in that conversation to the third unidentified object, of course, the third object was bogey. There were several references to the bogey. This is the unidentified object in addition to particles which
That's what they
appear to
called
be
it?
headed in a polar orbit, you heard Frank Borman say, plus Jim Lovell discussing the booster. It was Borman who reported sighting the bogey. This is Gemini Control Houston at 4 hours, 24 minutes into the flight.
This audio recording contains error of the ground communications of NASA Public Affairs. Audio feed with the commentary recorded during the flight of the Gemini 7 mission. In this excerpted segment of audio, astronaut Frank Borman reports to NASA Mission Control in Houston is sighting of an unidentified object, which he's referred to the bogey. This sighting occurred on December 5th of 1965. The dialogue includes Borman's initial report as well as additional comments by astronaut Jim Lovell and Borman's fellow crew member. 1965. Oh. All of that is truly fascinating. It does go along with a lot of the stuff I feel like we already knew, unfortunately. Like, there wasn't really much of anything that was actually new that was introduced that I hadn't already seen. You know, that evidence, that audio stuff, I never heard that before. There was a couple of little images and documents that I've never seen before. You know, the stuff that's talking about the potential possibility that the extraterrestrials, you know, some people described them as angels. Apparently, like, they flew off in spaceships at one point, or things that look like spaceships. I mean, that really gets you thinking. That really does make you, like, question a lot. Like, oh my God, what's a lie? What's truthful? What's not truthful? What's really out there? It makes you question shit. And that's always fun. That's one of the reasons why I'm always fascinated with the unknown, is that we question stuff a lot. We start looking at things, and let me know what you think of all this. Let me know what you thought about that. And maybe at some point I will dive more into some of the documents, the actual files, and actually read some of this stuff and go through it with you guys. Maybe on a live stream, that might be fun to do, because then we can have conversations about it. But that seems to be the first kind of drop for the UFO files. Let me know what you think.